Hello everyone, this is Rangadad again. Just another quick update, more on sort of short-term price action. If you want some stuff on longer-term price action and some warnings around the fact I think this is going to be a bit of a bubble pop in equities. Have a look at yesterday's video, link in the description. Short term, look at 4 hour first, or let's look at the daily. So the daily, we are overextended on this one, overextended on the DM to mark. It is on the ADX and the DI. The ADX is getting above 20, which is good. That sort of shows strength in this move. And the DI, obviously the green is above, so it's still expanding. It's still pointing towards more upside at this stage. We're just coming back, a little bit of a correction on the what is that again? HPDR. No, PMARP, sorry. So that's good. I think we'll probably have another bounce up. Still a little bit to go in terms of momentum and stuff. Yeah, I think there's a little bit more in this. It might sort of hang around here for a little bit, but I think ultimately it's going to keep going up over the next couple of weeks at least. We go to the 4 hour, look a bit shorter term. We've got a lower high here, which isn't great, but at the same time, we're sort of resetting on a few of these momentum indicators. The PMARP's probably got another little bounce here at some stage, I'd say. But yeah, it's starting to sort of look more towards downside. There's a little bit here to go on the DeMark. We're only just starting to see the ADX start to expand. It's not above that 20 yet. So until the ADX comes above that 20 and we've still got the green above the red, it's sort of not really confirmed whether we're going to go much higher yet. We could see more of a correction back into this area here, probably into the mid 26s. But at the same time, this level here around that 27,200, 27,250 is probably going to be a bit of support here. We've got this level here, which is handy, and obviously we've got these levels here. So it should be a fairly strong support level, and that was a DeMark indicator level, which tends to act as a bit of support as well. So just keep that in mind. It's looking a little bearish at the moment, but it could just be a reset ready for the next leg up. Have to wait and see on that. Volumes are still pretty good on the downside, given we didn't drop that much. So yeah, I'd be looking for this momentum to all sort of come back down here over the next couple of days, probably the rest of this week, and then potentially around the weekend again, maybe early next week, we'll see another leg up, unless something terrible happens. But there is a couple of these indicators in here. This one up here, the red, that is high. So I'd like to see another leg up before that comes down. If that really drops hard, at the same time we've got everything else reasonably high, then we're probably not going to get that next leg up. But it would make sense on this run to come back up into this region here, so around the 29s, maybe mid 29s. So it's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm thinking bounce off here and then up, but we'll just have to wait and see. They're the critical levels. If we've got a full reset on all my momentum indicators in the next few days, and it's the price is still sitting around here, then yeah, I'd be taking it along personally. But that's just me. I'm more of a momentum trader than a breakout trader. So 1 hour, it's actually the other way still. Nothing super sort of strong in any of this. It's all kind of waning, but the 1 hour does look like it's getting down. If it comes down over the next few hours and we get a little nice little turn outside this 25 line, then that would be good for a bounce up, because this indicator here, which I can't remember the name of that one either. Oh, the TDI, that's right. The TDI will be getting pretty close to that bottom side of the band, if not outside it. If you get an alignment of the DEM with the TDI being outside the band, with the momentum being low, which it looks like it is quite low here, then that's probably a pretty good catalyst for a decent move up. And we've got the PMARP is in this lower band as well, coming out of that. So it is suggesting that upside is probably more likely in the short term, at least for me. We have had a pretty good retest of this trend line that I drew on the other day as well. So along all these highs here, that was a good retest there. If we break below that, then we know it's probably going further down. But at this moment, I'm still leaning towards the bullish side, just based on what I'm seeing. That's about it, really. Nothing much else. 2-year, 10 years still dropping significantly. So once this, I think we'll have probably a little bounce in this and then another pullback later on, just because these are a bit overextended. So the 10 years a bit overextended at the moment, but the fact it's pumping suggests that it's, the economy's not in a great situation there. Money supply still coming down theoretically. The Dixie is still strong, no real move either way. It'll probably be the non-farm payrolls today that'll move the market and choose the direction. At the moment, you'd probably, it's a monthly, daily. So on the daily, if the non-farm payrolls aren't favourable, then you'd probably look for the dollar to bounce off this level, which it's bounced off a couple of times already. And you'd look for other things to break through. So the DAX might break through. IWM will probably break through this level as well. That's a pretty strong level for IWM. If we see that break down, then look out. But it is quite bearish at the moment still. XLY, XLP. So the interesting thing is that's going up while the market's coming down. So not normally the case. Industrials down into a big demand zone. S&P is just probably going to hover here until tonight. I'd like to see it come back into this area before it bounces again, but you never know. We could just have a little rally and then further downside, or we could have a turn, but there's no sign of a turn yet on any of this. I'll just zoom in a bit on NASDAQ. NASDAQ may actually be showing signs of a bit of a turn, or at least some sideways. Let's go 2 hour. So interestingly, it's putting in a bit of a W bottom here. So we've got a higher low, We need to sort of break back above here, come down, and then if we get a bounce off this sort of level here, then that would be more bullish than not. But yeah, even Nasdaq sort of, there's not much power in the move at the moment, so not seeing any huge interest in the market going into another bull run or going to new highs or anything like that. I think that's pretty unrealistic to think that that might happen anytime soon. And obviously we have lower low, lower high, lower low. So we'll probably put in a lower high here and keep going down is my suspicion. But if you want more of a long-term view, look at the video from yesterday. So gold looks like it's bottoming potentially. Not a bad point for it to be bottoming. What are we on? 2 hour? Still quite bearish, but there is potential signs. Like that's a good DeMark read there. Good level for the PMARP, good level for momentum, good level for the TDI. Everything's actually pointing towards a decent bump up in gold. So I might just add a little bit to the gold position. But at the same time, based on the stuff I looked at yesterday, gold may still just bounce here and keep going down with the rest of the market for a bit as well. There's no real guarantees that gold will be the favourite if the market's entirely crapping its pants. Copper is at a critical level as well. If copper breaks through early, look at that as a sign that the market's probably going to drop. Copper is a bit of a litmus test for the market, but you'd expect it to find a base somewhere around that 3.2, at least for a little bit. And then yeah, we're back down in this region here if we get a major correction on the markets, which I'm not expecting any time very soon. But yeah, that's about it. Hopefully that helps paint a reasonable picture. Nothing really else to report.